Hey everybody, Amy with AJ's Vintage Designs here in Fashion Toppings, and I want to show you a quick tip. If you're doing fine line details, what I like to do, especially if I'm going to be getting into areas and I don't want to mess up stuff that I've already done, I like to clear coat everything first. So I clear coated, I'm going to do it on a couple drawers here just to show you, but I clear coat my piece first and then I come back and I do my fine line details. That way I can use my baby wipe to clean up any mess or any paint that might get in an area that I didn't want it to. So clear coat when you got it the way you want it, and then come back and do the fine line details. Let me show you now. Okay, you may not be able to see it, but I have a recessed area that goes around this drawer, and I want to put gold in it. Now, if doing this when your paint is, not sealed and trying to get your brush in there and keep it nice and clean and not get it, in areas you don't want it, this is where this comes into handy. I'm going to be using some gold, and I'm going to use a little craft brush, and I'm going to be putting gold into all these recessed areas, but then I'm going to clean up the lines very easily using a baby wipe. So I'm going to get some gold on my brush, and I've had coffee, so I'm not going to even be cautious. I'm not even going to be careful. I'm just going to wipe it in there. See how I'm getting it in there? Not worried about how nice and neat I do it, because I can clean it up. Okay, just keep adding my gold in there. I do one section at a time. I don't want it to dry for too long. You can see, look at how I'm getting outside these lines. But I'm just getting that gold in there, and then I'm going to clean it up. This is going to save you a lot of time, especially me. I drink coffee all day, and so I never have a steady hand. Get that in that recessed area. Look at how messy that is. Can you see how messy I got that? Now, here's the trick. I'm going to come back with my baby wipe. I'm going to put it on my finger. I'm going to put it this way so you can see it. And I'm just going to wipe right along the top where I don't want that gold to be. Make sure I get it all off. I'm just going to wipe it right along that edge. There's one edge clean. And then I'm going to come around the other edge clean. So now I have just my gold down in my recessed areas, and I don't have to worry about getting it on my paint. So let me do it on one more corner, but this is a quick trick when you're trying to do pinstriping, if you're trying to get down in some recessed areas. If you're trying to get down in some recessed areas and you're getting paint everywhere and you're getting frustrated and your paint is sticking to your chalk paint, and just seal it first. I do this with all of mine. Look at that, I'm getting outside the corners. I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna go back and clean it up. Just gonna go right around here. And this is this little recessed area. Couldn't get a sander in there. My little Dremel was too big, so it's gonna have to be, rough inside. But I still wanted some gold. The drawer was looking a little too boring, so I'm just pushing that gold down in there, getting all those edges. And now, if I wouldn't have sealed my paint first, I'd take a risk that right now I'm using Dixie Belle's mousse. It's their water-based mousse. Now this wouldn't work so well with an oil-based product. Oil-based wants to stick. Okay, so I've done a section. Look at how messy I did that. I'm gonna take my finger and I'm just gonna wipe along that top. Clean it up. Always picking a new spot in your baby wipe, otherwise you're just gonna smear more product. I'm just gonna wipe along that top. Changing my finger to a clean spot. See how I'm getting that line nice and clean? So there you go. I have my gold down in my recessed area and not all over my paint. Okay, so hopefully this little tip and trick helps you out. I have done a whole video on here as well where I did a plastic child's vanity, and I showed this in great detail, so you can always go back. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video. But it's as easy as that. Paint your piece, get it the way you like it. Then clear coat it. Let your clear coat dry 12 to 24 hours so you're not reactivating it when you're using a baby wipe on it. Go into your fine line details, wipe your edges so that all your details look nice and clean. Then go ahead and put your 2 more coats of clear coat on it if it's a high or heavy used area. But that's my tip and trick. Hopefully this is helpful for you, especially if you're doing fine line details. This will save you some time. Well, I'm Amy with AJ's Vintage Designs, and make sure to subscribe and click on that little bell down below so you're notified each and every time I do a video. And until next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.